Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Always loud and passionate, these folks are ready to roar. And wow, do we have a fun one here ahead. A top 10 team walking into the snake pit of an environment, just trying to get out alive. This will be fun, as we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the 12th-ranked team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Gamecocks will kick this away to get us going. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Breaking free at the 35. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Chris, I know it's the first play of the game, but boy, nice job by this offensive line. The back gets behind him, picks up some positive yards.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He shreds the tackle. He's tackled just short of the midfield line of the 49.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Looking to pass here on second down. Looking for his big tight end. He makes the grab. He's brought down, but the gain moves the ball to the 39.
Chris, that's a great example of his arm strength. He just fired the ball in there much quicker than the defense could even react.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. We go with a direct snap. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
For the defense coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Fights off a defender. And they'll stop him after a short gain.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
That run sets up a critical 3rd down play. There's the handoff. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. Trying to knock it through from 48 yards away. And he's got it from 48 yards out, showing off the big leg.
Yeah, I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
And the return starts just inside the end zone. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. Now it's 2nd down here. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. The pass rush closing in. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, this quarterback's trying to do everything he can to give this play a chance. He gets out of the pressure off to his right, but Man, did he take a hit and wasn't able to complete this pass.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Trying to create here on the move. He pulls it in for a big gain. Solid gain there. Moves the ball up to the 32. So he finds one of his favorite targets. Kirk defense thinking, what do we have to do to stop this guy?
How about the double coverage on third down? Great call to be able to try to take away this highly touted wide receiver. And the quarterback is still looking to go to his guy for the conversion, and he comes through. No wonder he keeps throwing the football.
He stopped, but he gets a first down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
He's taken down, but that's a nice gain. They'll spot the ball now at the 35.
Outstanding play call here to come up with that big gain and get a first down. Get the ball out wide. Yeah, sometimes you just want to get the ball to your playmakers and trust that they can create some extra yards.
And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Brings up second down.
Second down play coming up. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. When offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver.
If I'm this defense, you get these guys to third down, you better bracket or double team some kind of coverage roll to this receiver to take him away. This guy makes another big play.
Trying to run it. It's Peters. And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the second and third down coming up.
That's a nice wrap-up there by the junior. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Third down, they're going to try the jet sweep. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Kentucky 3, South Carolina 0.
The Gamecocks hoping to punch it in here. They have first and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back. But the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
They're setting out to try the PAT. The extra point makes it a 4-point game. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. Remember, it was a field goal on the last possession. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He finds the running back in the flat. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down. 2nd and 1.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
The completion sets up a second down play. Play action fake. Looking to throw. On the run here. Lets it go. After the incompletion, he'll come to the line with 3rd and 1. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Looking for a deep completion. That deep shot is caught for a big gain.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
And the quarterback keeps it here. Finding space at the 20. That's a strong run. They finally tackle him down at the 4.
Man, is he pretty to watch run this option. He is so dangerous with the threat to run or to throw. This time he keeps it himself, and you can see how much ground he eats up with that kind of speed.
Keeper on the quarterback draw. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. So off the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 8. It's a quarterback keeper. He's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line.
Well, I think we can all see how tough it is to control this guy under center today for this defense, but they did a nice job of keeping him contained. But they've got to stay focused. They can't get lazy because we could see him breaking one any moment against this defense.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try to run this one in. He's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge blow down stop.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
They get him down, but he gets the ball across the 10-yard line.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this 1st down. Try and muscle for the 1st down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Finds room at the 30. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
And this guy is as fast as there is in college football, and it's so much fun to watch him when he gets out in space with room to go. And you just know the home crowd is loving this.
And the Gamecocks pick up 1st down yardage to keep the drive going. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
Great job on the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Caught near the goal line. He makes it to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Looked like a total bust there. Easy pitch and catch like you'd see in a Tuesday practice.
Yeah, that quarterback's eyes must have lit up on that play because you've got one of your players way downfield without any defender around them.
The PAT is good, so it's a 14-3 lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. The last time they were stopped on 4th and goal. Rolled the dice, came up empty. Can they get it going again here? To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen and not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
That's the 2-minute warning. Let's see if this offense can do something before the break to cut into this big lead. Here's the second down play. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Defense is coming after him. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Offense facing a third and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order on this play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Breaks loose at the 40. Refusing to be brought down. That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down. Well, they trust the running game on third down there and come up with a huge chunk play.
Chris, to me it looked like the defense was just selling out to try to come up with a stop on third down. And once the back got the yards he needed, he looked a little bit surprised. He was still on his feet and looked around and saw that he had room to run and picked up some big yards.
They finally get him down, but a solid gain in that screen pass. Good call there.
Well, this is great execution here on this screen play to the running back to pick up big yards and a first down. And I think in the process, Chris, they sent a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on you.
To the tight end. He's tackled at the 9-yard line. First and goal.
A chance to get right back into this football game. It's first down and goal. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. Makes a quick catch. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Solid gain puts him in good position for second down and goal. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. They've been stopped on third down twice in the red zone already. Can they find the end zone this time? And the quarterback will just sneak it now. Zero running room. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, great stop here by this defense to bring us to fourth down and decision time for the head coach. You go the easy route with a field goal, or this close to the goal line, take a chance. Try to get that touchdown.
So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for one or two more plays before halftime. And the coach keeps the offense on the field. They're going for it on fourth and goal. They feed the fullback this time. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Oh, how about that, Chris? Bear Bryant's looking down, smiling on that call. Fourth down and goal. You go with the goal line formation. You bring the defense in tight, and you still overpower them for a touchdown. Thing of beauty.
They're going to run the option. He's not going to get there. The two-point try fails. They can't cut into this deficit any further. So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Return starts from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. This will likely be the last play of the half. A pop pass on the jet sweep. He's past the 30. He'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the first half of play. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
14, Kentucky, 9.
And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Goes out of bounds at the 32. That's a decent return. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. That one moves the ball across the 40.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
You know, I don't want to get away from a jet sweep. I think it's a good call. This one just didn't work out, so now you're way behind on the sticks.
Third down play here out of the shotgun. Using his legs here. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Boy, this is so deflating for this defense on 3rd and short. Good coverage downfield. They take away all the short routes, but the one guy that they don't account for is the quarterback and his legs. Picks up the first down by being athletic there and great awareness.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking to make a play deep downfield. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge gain, but he could not collect it.
Boy, they come out firing here to start this second half. They didn't make this completion, but I think it sends a clear message to this defense that the adjustments that this offense is going to make is that they're going to be aggressive and they're going to look for their one-on-one opportunities.
They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37.
Well, you can tell the quarterback knew exactly what he wanted to do with the football. He was going to that in route no matter what. He hits it for a nice gain.
The back's got it. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
And the defense swarms not much of a gain on that completion.
Boy, Chris, great timing here with the quarterback against that zone defense, waiting just at the right time to deliver it into that window to pick up a nice gain.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on. So on 4th down, the decision is to trot out the field goal team. It should be a long-range attempt, 51 yards out. He missed it. And the lead remains at 5 after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And here comes the Kentucky offense back out there. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop? Gets into space at the 50. Fighting off the tackler. And a huge gain before he's forced out of bounds. Big yardage to set up a fresh set of downs. That's an important first down on that running play. And the tailback's got it again. Oh, and nothing. Got a lane. Can he get in? Touchdown, Wildcats. And they go in front here in the second half.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. And he can't get rid of it and goes down, so a sack, unsuccessful 2-point try. Now they get set to kick it away. He'll take the return and try to get some better field position. Returner tackled right there. That's where they'll start the drive.
South Carolina Gamecocks will take over 1st and 10.
And the Gamecocks offense is back out there on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. That's reeled in. It's Peters. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's 2nd and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here.
This is what you love to see, right? Quarterback does a nice job of looking and finding his open receiver, and he waits to the last possible second. In fact, Chris, he gets hit as he gets that ball out of his hands. So good job of showing some strength and a good job of throwing with accuracy as he's taking that hit.
Oh, the football comes out. Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
You know, with wide receivers, we get enamored with their size and their speed and their versatility and their ability to make plays after the catch. But none of those things are more important than taking care of the ball. He makes the catch, but he doesn't secure the football, and it's a fumble.
First down here for this offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Incomplete. There's a marker down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Holding penalties can be the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it stalls this one. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Quick throw complete to the tight end. They're finally able to stop him. The quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. There's contact on the throw. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. That's a big third down defensive play. And the punt team now on to kick it away. Looking to flip the field here. Not a very good boot. Sets up the offense in great field position. Fair catch made at the 15-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. Well, the first job here, just hold on to the football. The last drive ended in that fumble. Jet sweep receiver trying to find some room. The sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Boy, the offense goes with a jet sweep, and the defense is there. That is a tough play to defend, but give them credit for playing with discipline, especially with their eyes, not getting caught up, squeezing inside. They got to the outside and prevented that from being a big play.
And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stopped him short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Looking to scramble. Receiver makes the grab. Physical run earns the first down.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
The Gamecocks line up on 1st and 10 now. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. Takes the pick to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. Well, the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kurt.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
Gamecocks offense is back out there on the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick six last time out here. Pressure is coming. And that's just thrown away. A pretty obvious intentional grounding call. Yeah, here's the marker. Second down play coming up for this offense. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. And it's incomplete as he just overthrew his receiver that time.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Slides down to avoid the tackle. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. The offense will line up. Chance for a couple more plays before the end of the quarter. Play action here on first down. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Oh, grabs it near the sideline. It's a huge gain.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Kentucky 22, South Carolina 14.
So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. It's a quick grab. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed. But what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
There's the tackle, but first down.
The running back.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he was able to get downfield for the first down.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. And that run produces a decent gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Linebackers moving around, trying to confuse the offense. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Looking right. This one caught. Tackle, but first down.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
And the running back takes the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Fires it to the wideout. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down. We come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. The stop made at the 5. The offense will have 1st and goal now.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Well, that's an example right there of what vision and patience and ability can do for a running back. He was on a mission to get into the end zone, and really, he made it look easy.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. And the Kentucky offense is back out on the field. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Short connection to the tight end here. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
But how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the 4th.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. That one moves the ball across the 40.
Now I like the run play here, and offensively at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. Brought down, it crosses midfield to the 46.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Quick throw by the quarterback off the RPO. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
Second down after that previous play. Oh, it's snapped to the back. Oh, they test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
So the clock stops as we head into the final 2 minutes of play here. This defense needing to step up and make a play now. One of the biggest plays we've had so far. Third down and the crowd really getting into it. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Catch made on the right side. Finding space at the 20. Tackle made after a big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Kentucky getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Now they try to run it here on second down, unable to get the first down. And now, late in a game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion? The clock will stop. Or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
An important 3rd down conversion coming here in the red zone. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. And he knocks that one right through.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And it's fielded. We're sort of trying to create good field position here. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the South Carolina offense is back out on the field. Here we go. They need a touchdown. They got some time to work with here. They got to be precise and manage the clock wisely. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. The pass is intercepted. Not much on the return, but that's an important takeaway. Sets up the offense at the 34.
I get wanting to be aggressive, but down late in the game like this, that's a throw you just can't make. And now, you're probably not going to get the ball back. This could end up costing them the game.
Well, a really entertaining game. It came right down to the end. They made the clutch plays, and that made the difference.
Well, we knew these teams were fairly evenly matched, and you really saw them go back and forth, trade blow for blow. Excellent team win by these guys, doing what they had to do in the final quarter to come out on top.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. offense.